So I want to get into now and show some of the stuff that I've done over the last, well, mostly this year. But I want to start with one I did back in 2023. You might have seen it before, but I want to recap on it anyway because it gave some very interesting results. And we did this back in 23, carried out, actually, it's the Royal Dublin Golf Club, just outside, about 5 minutes from Dublin city centre. Lovely links course, fescue Poa Sward, tight 8 mil height of cut. That's their fairways are 8 to 10 mil, so great roll on the ball there. And it's very straightforward. We wanted to assess the effects of the Aquaritin 19, in fact, nanosilica, and compare it directly with a standard application of urea. And we also did it then in combination with a surfactant and some growth regulators as well. So we used those treatments and we looked at things like how it affected the water content, the volumetric water, turf quality, NDVI, which is the normalized difference vegetative index, a way to assess plant health, basically. We looked at tissue leaf growth, and we looked at how it affected nutrient levels in the leaf also. So these were the treatments we went with back in 2023. They went from July to September. So the first two were the standard, straightforward comparisons. Aquaritin 19 now I have them in metric and I have them in imperial, just in case there's anyone from America having a look also. Now, the imperial ones are a pain in the backside, I have to say. So the metric are much better. So the Aquaritin 19 at the standard rate went out at 0.42, 420 milliliters per hectare. And the urea, again, well, for us, certainly over here, a standard application for a fairway was 20 kgs per hectare. And there's the imperial ones there. Now, we also, as I said, we went out with these two treatments in combination with a surfactant and the growth regulator. And the urea here, where my laser is, went out with the full label rate of the surfactant, 12.5 liters, and the full rate of the growth regulator for there. But with the Aquaritin 19, we went out with 3/4, 75% of those rates. So we wanted to see how efficient it would be with those. So there are the treatments. And that's where we did the trial, actually. Nice big turf nursery. As you can see, very handy for me to play on. And here's the volumetric water, the mean values. This is the average over that particular trial period in 2023. So first off, over here on the left, you're looking at it, would be on your left. Yeah, where the laser is. That's the average moisture in those periods. Now, statistically, no differences between the urea and the Aquaritin 19, but if you notice, slightly higher with the Aquaritin 19, slightly better moisture retention there. These here were the ones that had the surfactant, and as you can see, the surfactant did what it was supposed to do, is help to retain moisture through that summer period. Again, no significant differences between them, but, and this is the important one, I think, the interesting one, was that there was slightly more moisture here with the Aquaritin. And the big point, of course, was that we had 75% less surfactant here. So that was interesting. That was always interesting to see the average over a trial period, but I really like to look at how things change over the full period on a week-to-week basis. It gives you an idea of how the treatments respond to different environmental conditions or have different cumulative effects. This is interesting here. So we saw that there was no great differences in the average moisture level over that period. But as you can see, the blue right through to the end retained a slightly higher moisture level compared to the urea. So that was interesting. With the treatments with the surfactants, a little tighter, but Again, by the end of from midpoint onwards, near enough, the Aquaritin with the 3/4 amounts of surfactant retained better moisture as well. This is the turf quality. We assessed that on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being exceptional, amazing, in fact, but didn't get 10. But as you can see, all of the nutrient inputs, as you would expect, improve the turf quality. You know, they're getting fed, so they would be better. No great differences between them and the mean values, but that's me with my pogo, sorry. If you look at these now, this is interesting also. This is the quality as it changed over that full summer period. Now, starting off here on the left, they were much the same. Matter of fact, the untreated area was actually slightly a little bit better. And we got through the first treatment application and the urea was better. And I was thinking to myself, oh, this is not looking too good here. But by the time we got to the second treatment and the cumulative effects started kicking in, from then on right through, we had better quality readings. Not statistically different, but as you can see, a better quality all the way through then. And much the same with the treatments that had the PGR and the evolved, or the surfactant in also. NDVI, anyone use? Well, I was going to talk to you, but there's not much point really because you can't answer me. But I was going to say to use NDVI meters. I used to use them when I was still a greenkeeper. I had a handheld one. And I used to be mowing greens and I'd just be taking readings to see how the health was holding up. So it's a good measure of plant health. And again, as you would expect, the nutrient inputs all had better, higher readings than the control. But again, over the period, it took a little while to kick in. Following the second treatment, the NDVI readings improved better than the urea on its own. Now, we also gathered the leaf cuttings and dried them and weighed them over various time periods. And so this is basically a measure of the growth, the leaf growth over that time. So here we have the urea and the Aquaritin 19. Again, much the same, no great differences there. The ones with the PGR, as you would expect, had a much tighter sward, less growth. But again, bear in mind that there's 75% less growth regulator here with the Aquaritin. And this is again over the time period. You can see where it took a while to kick in. The growth improved from about the second treatment onwards, and we had slightly more growth in the unregulated treatments compared to the urea. That's the control there. Interestingly enough, with this one, where we were regulating and using the PGR to reduce the growth, the Aquaritin actually worked even better. We had better suppression of growth with the 75% growth regulator and the Aquaritin 19 right through, right almost to the end there, as you can see. So that was just an overshot there of the effects on growth and things. But one big thing I wanted to look at was, as I said at the start, silica enhances the assimilation and uptake of nutrients. So did it. So these are we had our leaf samples analyzed, NP and K. At the start, you can see NP and K, no differences as you would expect. At the end of the trial, first of all, the urea here, the reddish colored one, yeah, there was better, obviously, as you would expect, because it's being fed with urea. There was a higher level of nitrogen compared to the control. But the Aquaritin 19 had a much higher level, even than the urea. Same, had better phosphorus uptake and potassium uptake also. So there definitely was a better uptake of nutrients following the treatment with the Aquaritin 19. Again, with the ones that were getting the growth regulator and surfactant, again, we got a better uptake of nutrients compared to the standard urea. So that was the 2023 study. The take-home points for that one was volumetric water was greater in the surfactant-treated plots. That was taken for granted. But the surfactant was applied at 75% rate with the Aquaritin compared to the full rate of urea. So you were getting better efficacy from the surfactant in combination with the Aquaritin 19. Turfgrass quality and health. Again, the Aquaritin had better health and compared to the urea alone. Leaf growth, no great differences over the period, but we did have better regulation with the Aquaritin 19. 75% rate PGR gave the same growth, if not slightly better growth suppression as the full rate of urea. Leaf tissue analysis shows, as you just saw it there, better uptake, greater accumulation of NP and K following the Aquaritin 19 compared to all the others. So that was an interesting study, short enough study over 3 months, I think 4 months, but some good results there. And that was just from 23 to